Welcome to another tutorial. This one is for this pair of balloon pants that is elasticated around the waist and along the legs. This is so comfortable, stylish and fun. If you'd like to see how I put this all together without using any sewing patterns, make sure to keep on watching. The first of two materials I'm going to be working with is an elastic band. This one is 1 inch wide and I have a total of 2 meters or roughly 2 yards. I also have this beautiful yellow ankara that my mom actually gave to me. This is 2 yards and it was enough. So I'm going to show you guys how I actually cut this trouser. Now I've put 2 sides together so that the right sides are fitting each other on the inside, and I've placed my pattern in such a way that I want the design to sit in a way that I like. Now I've grabbed a pair of high-waisted trouser that's going to become my pattern in this case, and this has to sit high on the waist. It's a straight cut and it's loose fit around your leg. This I'm just going to be drawing a waistline across the top edge. So the higher edge is going to be what is going to be my reference point, and I'm drawing a straight line across, which is going to become my waistline. It's straight because I'm essentially just going to fold it against itself to make the waistband. I'm marking 3 inches away from the very side edge of my jean, which is my pattern in this case, and I'm connecting that back to the waistline using a straight line that is perpendicular to the waistline. For the center front edge, I'm going to be marking 2 inches away from that. The whole point with this trouser style is you want it to be loose everywhere, along the waist, along the hem, and then it is gathered back in with the elastic on the waist and on the hemline. Now that 2 inch I marked away from the center front edge, I'm marking away along the crotch curve like so, and this I'm going to be connecting together to draw in the new crouch seam or crouch curve on the front edge. Once that is all connected, I'm going to go to the inseam or the inner leg of the trouser, and I'm going to be marking 2 inches away so it makes the width of the trouser a lot wider. That I'm going to be connecting back to the extended crouch edge, and I'm essentially just going to be extending it by that 2 inch away and connect them all together to make the entire inner leg or inseam of my trouser. I'm just going to grab my long meter ruler to help me draw this line. It's not really straight, it kind of curves back in towards the crouch point and then it tapers down a little bit towards the hemline. Once I have that drawn, I'm going to go ahead to draw in the trouser hemline, which is essentially a straight line that connects the inner seam and the outer seam, and I'm essentially just going to keep it the same like shape. I'm not going to change this in any way, shape or form, except the 2 inches I added on the inner leg, and then I'm going to be adding the 3 inches on the outer leg seam so it is wider along the hemline as well. Once I have that marked with my chalk, I'm essentially just going to draw in more or less a straight line that goes from the waistline all the way to the hemline. You see the original jean kind of like shapes in or tapers in towards the hem. For my trouser, it's just going to be straight because I really want the balloon to be very, very obvious. So this is the shape of the shape of the trouser that I drew onto my fabric, and I'm just going to go ahead and cut this out. I'm cutting with a 1 centimeter seam allowance, so I'm not cutting along the chalk line itself. As you can see here, I'm cutting away by about 1 cm, roughly half an inch, which is going to become my seam allowance, and I'm going to do this for all of the edges. So these are my front pieces. I have 2, one for the left and one for the right leg, and this is what I'm actually going to be using as the pattern again for my back. I didn't want to have to make pattern for this trouser design because of how really straightforward it is. So I'm just going to grab my front piece and then put it onto fabric. So I have folded my fabric yet again, so there are 2 layers here. For the back trouser, I'm going to be extending that crouch by 1 inch. I found this to be like a sweet spot where the trouser actually sits mid to high rise after I finished it. However, if you want it to be super loose around your leg and around your crotch area, you can extend this by 1.5 to 2 inches, because the more you extend this, the more room you would have around your hips and around your butt. So I'm just connecting that 1 point extension back to the inner leg seam, so I have my back piece ready to be cut. So everything is the same except this extension I just did here. The waist is the same, side is the same, hem is the same, and once I have my back pieces cut, I know it's ready to be connected together. Now I have my front pieces to the left and my back pieces to the right, and I have 2 pieces each for the front and the back. Now for sewing, I'm going to be sewing the curved crouch seam first on the back and the front, so they are both connected. So the right leg is joined to the left leg along that crouch seam, and this I'm going to be doing for the front and then doing for the back. Once I have that done, I'm going to take this to my overlocker and overlock those seams. If you don't have an overlocker, you can use a zigzag stitch as well. The next thing I'm going to do is to connect the front to the back trouser. Now I'm putting right sides facing each other, so my back piece is connected to the front piece is connected, and I'm going to be joining them along the inner leg and along the side seams as well. This is going to join everything together and ensure that I have one piece for my trouser before going ahead to add any other things like the elastic on the waist and on the hem. So I'm going to be sewing on a 1 centimeter seam allowance because that's how much seam allowance I added around my piece. I'm going to be sewing the left, the right sides as well as the inner seam, and then overlocking afterwards just to ensure that it's nice and tidy on the inside. Also, it just prevents my piece from fraying, since this is cotton, which is a woven fabric, and runs the likelihood of fraying if I don't secure the seams. So this is what the trouser is looking like after everything has been stitched and overlocked. I overlocked the waistline as well. I also went in to overlock the hemline, so the very bottom edges on the left and on the right leg. And I know this is ready for me to go ahead to create the tunnel for my elastic. So I'm just folding over the waistline like this just to check how much I need to turn it over to sew and create that tunnel. I folded it over by just over an inch, I'll say 1.25 or 1.5 give or take. And this I'm going to be sewing all the way around, leaving a small opening for the elastic band to actually be passed through. I did the same for the hem, so creating the tunnels on and on the left leg, leaving just a tiny opening. That's where I'm going to be passing the elastic band through. With the tunnel created on the trouser hem and the waistline and the opening in place, I'm going to be putting a safety pin on one end of my elastic. For the hem, I recommend going between 10 to 12 inches length. You want it to really gather the hemline in, but also be comfortable around your legs. I say just wrap the elastic around your leg to see what feels comfortable if you're not sure. But to prevent the elastic from getting lost in the tunnel, I always like to pin it against the fabric and then continue passing the elastic through until it comes out of the other side. Once it comes out the other way, I'm going to be pinning the ends of the elastic together and I'm going to be joining them on the very end. It's advisable to use zigzag stitch when you sew elastic. I've done zigzag stitch and I've done straight stitch, but the thing with zigzag stitch, because of how it is, it allows the elastic to actually stretch and move without the seam breaking too quickly. I just wanted to share that in case you've been watching my channel for a while. So once that is all joined together, it is time to go in and sew the opening closed, the opening that I left for the elastic to be passed through. Once I'm done doing this on this particular leg, I'm going to do it on the other leg or hemline of the trouser as well as along the waistline. So sew the tunnel, leave an opening, pass the elastic through, join the ends, and then close the opening to finish the trouser up. I did this in a day, like it was just a couple of hours. It was so simple, so easy, and it actually is very comfortable on. It's one of those designs that you can dress up or down depending on where you're going and depending on the fabric that you use. This fabric worked really well because I tried to place the print in such a way that it just looked really flattering and really cool with the like main bold like blockish designs on the waist and on the side, and then the star looking design along the middle. But I love how this turned out. If you guys enjoyed watching this video, give this video a thumbs up. If you create this, don't forget to tag me on social media at Kimdave Designs. And until my next video, have a good morning, afternoon, and evening wherever you are. Bye.